Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Manoj Reddy. We would be continuing with part 4 of PYQ analysis. So this is like more of a common sense technique, I would say. So this is the questions which are to be left. See, there is a tendency that aspirants would over attempt than required. So there are people who attempt 100 after 100 questions after 100 questions. So, but I am of the view that there is an optimum attempt. So this optimum attempt is somewhere between 85 to 92. So I feel across the categories, an aspirant can belong to any category. So, but I feel however the paper is, an aspirant from any category for that matter should attempt at least 85. And at max should be 92 if the paper is very easy. So I would say not to go beyond 92 because the chances of making the questions wrong is more. So let's try to see what kind of questions are to be left. Okay, this question, in this context, the electric vehicle batteries consider the following elements: cobalt, graphite, lithium, nickel. So how many of the above usually make up battery cathodes? And the options are only 1, only 2, only 3, only 4. So I while solving the paper in the examination, I had no idea about these elements being used as cathode. So I had to leave this question. I left this question. So along with this statements, so the options are making it even more tougher by bringing in 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair, 4 pair. So I feel that these questions are to be left. Then next question. So consider the following statements. In the finals of 45th Chess Olympiad held in 2024, Gukesh Dombaraju became the world's youngest winner after defeating the Russian player Jan. I am unable to pronounce his name. I'm sorry. So this is the first statement. I had no idea. No idea. So then second statement is Abhimanyu Mishra, an American chess player, holds a record of becoming world's youngest ever grandmaster. Even I had no idea, even in this question. So I left this question. These questions are to be left. Then next question. So here region and country. Mallorca, Italy, no idea. Normandy, Spain, no idea. Sardinia, France, no idea. In how many of the above rows is the given information correctly matched? And the options are pair based. So I had no idea in this question, so I left this question. So if you attempt this question without even eliminating one option, there is a very high chance that one might end up answering wrong, and that would cost 0.66 marks. And I know a person who missed 2025 IFoS cutoff by 0.3 marks. And myself in 2024, I missed the cutoff by 0.6 marks. This was IFoS cutoff, where UPSC had dropped 3 questions. See the next technique. This is contrasting or contradictory statement. So let's try solving questions. With reference to the planet Earth, consider the following statements. Rainforests produce more oxygen than that produced by ocean. They're talking about rainforest and ocean. Second, marine planktons and photosynthetic bacteria produces more than 50% of world's oxygen. So if we see the first statement, second statement and second statement are contradictory in nature because they're saying rainforests, that is territorial forests, they produce more oxygen than oceans. Right, but the second statement is saying marine plankton and photosynthetic bacteria, which are mostly present in oceans, they produce more than 50%. More than 50%. produces around, sorry, not more than, around 50%. So this is contradicting the first statement. So either one is wrong or second is wrong. Let's see the third statement. Well oxygenated surface water contains several folds higher oxygen than that of atmosphere. No, atmosphere would have more oxygen than water. So the third statement is wrong. Third is wrong. So definitely first is also wrong because either of the statements is correct. So the only one which is left is 2. So this is how we can actually find contrasting statement and eliminate them. Okay, so let's try to answer another question here. So this question we had discussed earlier through a technique of extreme words, but we'll try to discuss this question from contrasting and contradictory statements. So we know that the chalk, they're talking about chalk, which is permeable rock, and clay, which is impermeable or least permeable. And chalk is porous. And here they're saying it is least permeable rock, and here they're saying not at all porous. And we had established a relationship between permeable and porosity, that they are related topics. Porous. So both are related topics. So here they are saying it is least permeable and they are saying not at all porous. So these two are contradictory. So we can arrive at an answer easily. Then the next technique is low hanging fruits. So these are very easy question which requires just application of common sense. So in this question, generally what would happen is an aspirant would overthink and mark such questions, such easy question, wrong. So let's see this question. So with reference to UAVs, consider the following statements. All type of UAVs can do vertical landing. They're saying all is a red flag. Right, all type of UAVs can be automated hovering, can do automated hovering, again all type of UAVs can use battery only, again only is also red flag, all is also red flag, as source of power supply. So this statement, common sense could say that not all types of UAVs. Say for an example, tomorrow I might manufacture a UAVs, one UAV which does horizontal landing, which need not do vertical landing. This statement becomes wrong. And again, there can be at least one UAV which cannot be automated hovering, which cannot do automated hovering. This is wrong. And again, there can be UAV without battery. So this is wrong. So answer is no. So these are like one of the simplest and one of the easiest questions which an aspirant should always tend to do it correctly. Then let's see the second question. So here, how many of the above are considered alternate powertrain vehicle? So they're talking about powertrain vehicle which are alternative. So powertrain vehicles generally are ICE engine, internal combustion engines, which are driven by the fuels, petrol, and then diesel. Okay, so they're asking alternate. So something beyond these two. Okay, let's try to answer this. So which of the following types are of the vehicles? So full battery electric vehicle, yes, they're beyond petrol and diesel. This is correct. And then next is hydrogen fuel cell vehicle, yes. So something, a different fuel other than petrol and diesel. Then fuels cell electric hybrid vehicle. Again, hybrid is whether petrol or diesel plus electricity. So this is also a sort of alternate powertrain. So as a result, the answer is all the above. So these are quite easy questions where one should not get it wrong. And then next question is how many of them contain plastic? We need to identify the above statements, phrases which contain plastics. Cigarette butts, yes. Then eyeglass lens, yes. Car type, yes. So there are thousands of cigarette varieties or even more. even more. So even if one cigarette variety butts are made up of plastic, then this statement becomes correct. And eyeglasses also, eyeglasses lens. There are numerous eye lenses. So even if one eyeglass lenses is made out of plastic, then this is correct. And then tires. Again, wide variety of tires we can have. In that, even if one tire is made out of plastic, even this is correct. So the statement is all the three. Here we end our series of PYQ analysis. Hope I was able to add some value to your preparation via PYQ analysis. Thank you all for being a very good viewers. I would be making more videos this week on prelims related topics. Please feel free to express your views in the comment section. If you feel that this content which I'm providing is good, then consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon. Thank you all. Jai Hind.